Hey folks, Landstryder here, and you're watching episode 34 in season 3 of my Nightmare series. I'm in the Crash Landing mod pack by s3e34. This pack's available on the Feed the Beast launcher. So last episode I promised I was going to get back to these drones. So now I got the programmer right there. See, I've made a whole bunch of drones. I made a total of 16 drones. So I think my drone army is going to be a total of 16 drones. But before I do that, let's go over real quickly what I've changed between this episode and last around the base. Well, I did get a horse, finished up that quest, like I said I would. You can see he's a nice white horse, so I might name him Silver. But if you guys have a better suggestion, maybe I'll take that suggestion instead, because that's pretty stereotypical. And I made a sheep. I completed one of the other creating life quests, which was to create the sheep. Now these are repeatable, so after a certain period of time, they will reset, and then you can do them again. And the time in here is in game days, not real life days. So something I haven't done yet for my horse is to get him some armor. So these are relatively simple quests. I believe it's just, give it a bit of material and it'll give you a piece of horse armor back depending on what you want. It has iron, gold, and diamond. Oops. Double whoops. The diamond one, I guess they're all the same. It's either 6 bars of metal, iron, gold, or 6 diamonds for the diamond armor. So I might get him some diamond armor if I decide to ride him into a city or anything like that. But yeah, I've tamed him or broke him, however you say it for the for a horse. I guess you break a horse. It's kind of not a very polite term, but yeah, to be able to saddle him, you got to break him first, and that basically just entails getting on him until he decides not to kick you off anymore. Let me get rid of that guy before he swoops in and ruins my day. So yeah, there we go. Other things that I changed. Now, I didn't do anything new here. That I did that in the last episode, but out here, I've improved the room here. We can see. Let me get up on top. I don't have a good way to jump up there right now, like I did when I had that configured the other way. I could actually jump up out there. So, but now I can just come out here and use my elevator. Come over here and take a quick look. As you can see, I made it wider. Made the entrances wider and taller. Which I also needed to move that stuff to the back center. Which so now the witch water comes from the center back instead of the side where I had it originally. I'm not sure why I didn't put it in the center back in the first place, but that's where it needs to be now. And you can see out here I made my trenches one more wider, and I added all sorts of conveyor belts. So now there's conveyor belts, 3 wide conveyor belts all the way around, and a 3 wide trench. Now the reason I use the 3 wide trench is because with the spider guard where it's at and the way it was before, none of the giant mobs, like all of the ones that were just slightly taller than 2 blocks or whatever, would not be able to end up getting into the trench. So I widened it out so that the outside lip is not affected by that spider guard height. So now any size mob that spawns is able to get into the trench, get caught up in the conveyor belt system, and will eventually make its way into the grinding room. And that's the other reason I made the entrances a little bit taller. So now all the mobs that spawn in the area can eventually wind up in this grinding room, at least via size constraints anyway. There's no more size constraints. Everything can fit in. We're happy to take you, grind you up, and use you for parts, I guess. So yeah, I've been building up more mob essence, so I can probably do some more of these quests in here, but I'm not going to worry too much about that today. The sheep and the horse are enough for now. I don't really need any of the other animals at this time. And yeah, so moving on to the drone. So if we look in here, we can see that I've gotten a whole bunch of plastic ready to go, because I'm going to need a bunch of these different kinds of plastic in order to make those program parts that I was talking about last episode that I needed. And then I renamed one of these drones, he's going to be a collector. If we look in here, I kind of was figuring out how many pieces of plastic I need. I kind of laid out the 2 programs I need, but these are going to go away for the time being. This is the only one I'm going to work with. This is one I'm going to work with to begin with, and then I'm going to have to write a whole different program for the other drone. But this one's going to be the destructor program. So I renamed just 2 of the drones. It takes 5 experience to be able to rename them. You have to do it in the anvil upstairs. So I actually do have a good reason to keep this anvil around. It's good for renaming stuff. Can't do that in the auto anvil. So moving right along. Let's get the plastic put into the system so I can craft things with it. Now you see I've made a whole bunch of circuits. A whole lot of circuits. Should have enough circuits. And between making all those drones and those circuits, I had like 12 stacks of redstone. See, I'm down to 18. Only 18 redstone left. And this thing's overflowing with aluminum and some other things. I might have to just throw some of that away because I really don't have that much use for some of those metals. I just need a lot of redstone, so it might come down to the point where I have to make an MFR laser drill in order to get the redstone that I really need, but I can always sift dust and just throw away the extra products that I don't need out of it as well. That would be a way to handle it. So yeah, circuits, program pieces. Let's start with the start button. We need 12 of these. So 1, 2, there we go. No, we need 16 of them total. Because we need 12 for the destructors and 4 for the collectors. That's the way I'm running it. I think I have yeah, I have 16 drones total. So there's 16 starts. I need areas. Let's see. I need 16 times 4. I need a stack of these. Ooh, don't have that much. Oh, dang it! I did not mean to do that. Areas. Oh, because yeah. Well. There's an extra bit of plastic I didn't need to use. Hopefully those 2 circuits are not going to be necessary. So I need I think I need more than 32 of these. So I might need to make another stack of plastic. Another stack of creeper plastic. Where is it at? Creeper plastic. There it is. We'll just go ahead and throw those in there, and that's going to make a full stack of plastic. I'm going to have to get down under there and you know, force it to spit those out because those are not on the filter. Let's get the rest of these to get put together while I'm waiting. Do I need? No, I think actually I only need 32 of those. Now I'm thinking about it. So I need 2 per program, the way I figure it. Because each drone's going to use 2 of these. I have 16 drones. I have 32 program pieces. So actually I do have enough of those. But the plastic will be used for other things later on. It's not a big deal. Let's look at the next program piece that I'm going to need. I'm going to need some dig program pieces. And when you click any of these, it brings up like all of them. So you got to make sure you click through and find the one that you actually need. And then there we go. I need 12 of those. I need import from inventory, and this one's probably not nearly as important. I wouldn't necessarily have to have this one, but I have a little idea of how I can improve my drones and what they're going to be doing for me and the speed at which they work. So I'll go over that here in a second after I get a couple of them programmed. So this right here takes care of the destructor drones. Now I need the collector drones program, which is going to be to pick up stuff. That would be the pink plastic. So I need just one of those. And then I need to export whatever it picks up into an inventory, which is going to be the orange plastic. Again, just need 4 of those. There we go. So that should be all the program pieces that I need for my little drone army. Let's see how many circuits I have left. Oh, I have a few. Good. Maybe I can do something with those later. I definitely will be able to do something with those later. You never have enough circuits because like all of the pieces for the ME systems and everything you want to do pretty much requires those. So there's a bunch of things I'd like to do with ME systems, and I'll use them for sure. So anyway, getting right on to this. Start program, inventory dig in 2 areas. If I go ahead and put that in there, I can go ahead and write that program to the drone. Now, I didn't put any variables or anything in this because I need to actually go out to an area and use it. Use a where's it at? A GPS. Do I have a GPS? I should have a GPS somewhere. Ah, there it is, the GPS tool. I'll need to use the GPS tool to set these areas. This area, that area, right? So what I'm just doing right now is kind of just getting this destructor drone. That's going to be kind of my template. And then I want to do the collector, which is going to be the collector template. So that's going to just toss that away. It's going to do pick up items. It's going to export those items into a inventory. And then I need to give it 2 areas so that it knows where it's going to be picking up from and where it's going to be dropping off at. So there's that one. I'm going to go ahead and export that one. So that one's kind of templated as well now. So to do what I want to do with these drones, though, I'm going to actually take the programmer with me so that I can set things up out wherever the area is that I'm going to be doing it at. So now that I got these 2 guys, and if you look in here, you can see I've already been setting up this bag, getting it ready to go for the first run. So something I'm going to have to be able to do is, if I want to deploy this drone army to destroy something for me and collect everything, I'm going to have to be able to recharge them because they're going to use up their power relatively quick. They're charged air, unless I give them a whole bunch of upgrades, which I'm not prepared to do at this time. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to set up a charging station for them. In fact, I need one of these charging stations. That's the only thing I see that I'm missing in here. So I need these parts right here are going to be I'm going to use for a quick build charging station. So let me go ahead and grab all the rest of the drones out of here. These ones don't have any programming yet, and they don't have any names. So and then I'm just going to toss these guys in here. Looks good. I might as well go ahead and fill this up. I've just been using this table down here. It's nothing but a recharger for my needles. And jump back up. What else? Oh yes, before I forget, there's 2 things that I need to make. 2 quick things in here. I need to make some more dollies. D-O-L-L. There we go. Dollies. The basic dollies is fine. I just need 2 of them. 1, 2. Very good. Supposedly the diamond dollies are going to be going away in a future version, so I'm not going to bother building any of those or showing you how they work or anything because they're supposed to be disabled in the next version of the pack. So if you want to use them, what they're really good for is moving spawners. So, and that's all I'm going to say about it because, like I said, I have no need to do that. I get plenty of stuff. And if I really wanted to make a, some kind of super powered grinder, I would probably end up using cursed earth from something else. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Yeah, well, the thing I want these for is to pick up these chests, but before I do that, if we look in here, you can see that I've pre-made some steel parts. 12 of each part, in fact, in order to make 12 steel pickaxes. So that handle and the steel binding is going to give me 12 individual pickaxes, and I'm going to put these back into this particular chest. There we go. All these pickaxes, and these don't have any levels on them or anything. I don't want to get them confused with my pickaxe, but that's not hard because they look different. So that, I'm going to go ahead and pick up that chest. Now if I hover over that, it tells me that it's got the iron chest in it. That's just fine. And I can put that dolly away, and then it no longer affects me with that speed debuff once it's in the bag of holding. So in this chest, we can see that I've got some steel shovel blades and some more handles ready to go. So yes, I got 12 steel shovels and 12 pickaxes because I figured there's two different things that I might be doing with the drone destructors, which is one is to collect dust, and the other is going to be to tear down buildings in the cities. So for the buildings in the cities, that's what I'm going to use those pickaxes that I just made. But for dust, I want shovels. So I want to bring this in here. So this one says copper chest, iron chest. So I know which one has the shovels and which one has the pickaxes. So looks like it's nighttime. How close to sunrise is it? It's not. The sun just went down. So let's go ahead and get the sun back out by taking a quick sleep. And then we're going to head off into the desert and test these guys out. I think it's going to take a moment to set them up once I get there. But that's okay. Go ahead and put my jetpack on. Grab out my hang glider. And I believe that if we go far enough to the south, we'll be able to find a good amount of dunes. Maybe even a city to test stuff on. But primarily today, I just want to test these guys out on a dune. I'm probably going to save the city exploration, maybe do a little exploring, find a good city, find some targets. In the next episode, I will work on that. But today, we're just going to find some dunes to destroy. Now, somewhere down here, there's a spawner that used to be in a dune. Here's a nice big dune. Is it close to another dune? That's a good question. It's close to one of those things. Woo, that's a lot of stuff in there. Oh, ouch. Yeah, it's not a good idea to switch off of your hang glider when you're that high up in the air. But this is actually a good spot because I'm close enough to that thing over there and a dune, so I can actually get my drones to destroy that thing for me if I wanted to. Oh, there's some dunes over this direction too, so maybe if I can set up kind of in the middle of all this, this would be a good place to set up for some dust collection, and I can even collect some netherrack and maybe whatever else is in there. I have a feeling there's some interesting things in there. Maybe some treasure and stuff. Those aren't actually supposed to spawn, but you know, I am really curious about what's in them. So let me grab out the stuff that I need. I also want to get the jetpack off and put my cam pack on so I don't dehydrate while I'm working here in the desert. So let me start by assembling Steve's factory manager parts, which is going to be relatively simple. So manager can go there, redstone emitter, piece of cable, redstone receiver. Looks fairly familiar, right? So this is back to basically just a simple regulation thing that's going to let me regulate the pressure in my system without going without letting it over pressurize and blowing up, basically. So this guy's going to go right there. I've already pre-charged this redstone energy cell to full power and set it so that it will output on the top. Next, I need the piece of tube. Oh, wait, nope, that doesn't go there. It goes one over. Piece of tube. The pressure gauge, which is going to give the... Let's see, I should have one piece of redstone in here. I do. One piece of redstone, which is going to light that redstone up, and whenever it, depending on how much pressure it has. And then finally, the kinetic compressor is going to go right here. Before I connect that to power, though, first of all, actually, I want to finish up the system by putting down the charging station. And I do believe I forgot something for the charging station. Let me check this bag. I did forget something. I need an upgrade. It needs to have the one upgrade. So I'm gonna have to run back to my place real quick here in a second. Do that. But before that, let me go ahead and put the program in. So real quick, trigger, redstone condition, redstone emitter, redstone emitter. This is all I really need for this little simple program. So first, I don't need to do anything with trigger. Once per second's fine. connect that up to the condition. The condition is going to look at the redstone receiver. It's going to check the upside for redstone, and it's going to look for a redstone amount of, let's see here, it's what is it, 6? Yes, it's 6 to 15. So if it reaches 6, it's going to be true, and then at that point I want to go ahead and toggle this output to 0, or not toggle, but change this output to 0, and that's going to be on this emitter, and it can be left to all sides. Over here, if that condition is false, it's going to check that emitter, and it's going to change just the upside. It only needs to do the upside. And weak power is fine for this. But then it's going to set it to 15. So there we go. That's all there is to that program. So that's going to tell the kinetic compressor to go ahead and charge up this little tiny system, basically just a charging station, to a power level of, well, let's see, with the advanced pressure system, it should reach exactly 9 pressure. Basically same as I have my charging station back at the home, but much less programming, because all I'm doing is turning off and on the kinetic compressor when it reaches pressure level of 9. No regulators and no multiple pressures within the system, so I only got to deal with one pressure. So now that that's all set up, I can actually go ahead and give it power. Just need a piece of conduit. If you didn't have Ender IO, you would just use regular redstone conduit. There we go. And is it not one? Okay. High redstone signal. Why is it not working? This is set to output on the top. There it goes. There it goes. Just need to toggle through the settings on the redstone energy cell to make it recognize that it did have something attached to it. So there it goes. It's going to start powering up this system, and when it gets to 9 bars of pressure, it should stop. So let me, while I'm waiting for that to get up, I don't know if it's going to stay loaded or not. I don't think I'm close enough for it to stay loaded the whole time. Oh, there's that pig spawner I was talking about. I cleared a dust dune over here, similar to one of these big dust dunes, and in the middle of the bigger part of it, there was a pig spawner, and there it is. Let's see. First time I had encountered that. I didn't think they were going to add that till 1.1.3, where you could find things in the middle of dunes, but apparently you can occasionally find some interesting things like pig spawners. So where is my place? It should be like right here, right? Oh, almost there. There it is. Yeah, that's what I didn't think I was very far. So I need the upgrade. Did I leave it down here? New. I don't see it. See if I put it in here. New. What's it called? I'm looking for the machine upgrade dispenser. Maybe I need to make one? I might not have an extra one. Let's just go ahead and make one. Nope, cool. I have all the parts in there to make one. Good. Ready to go. And I will also want some speed upgrades for that charging station, which I did pre-make those. There we go. Got those. So speed upgrades and machine upgrade dispenser are what I'm going to need to get that to work the way I want it to. Everything else I think is already out there. I still have everything. So let me just fly on back down there real quick. Get some altitude. Plenty of energy in my jetpack. That's good. And I'm going to use the Z key to just kind of speed it up a little bit. You don't make it quite as far when you're diving like this, but you move a lot faster. So this is kind of a trade-off. Let's see, it should be right around here, right? Maybe I should have waypointed it. Would have been a good idea, right? So yeah, here we go. Let me waypoint this, maybe? Equals map? Nope, nope. I did install Opus Map because I was wanting to check some loading things with the loader, and did verify that it is only loading 5 chunks. So anyway, I have to rebind some keys later. No big deal. Worry about that another time. I pretty much know it's directly south from my base is where this thing is located right now. So what do I? Oh yeah, I went back there to get these things, so I can go ahead and upgrade that. Why is it stopped at 5? Stop at 5? Oh, because I moved away and it unloaded and reloaded. Let's just cycle through this, get some block updates going, maybe? What's up here? It's only a power level 3. This is receiving a signal. And oh, the sun is going down, so let's fix that real quick before we end up. Oh, there, yeah, there we go. You want to hit that bed the moment that sun gets a little low. And I probably want to put my camel backpack on before I dehydrate too badly. So this is yeah, I think it's acting up because I unloaded the chunk. So sometimes you gotta just pick up some things and force them to do their thing. Whoa! The creeper snuck up behind me. Good thing I'm armored. Very good thing that I'm armored. He was right up on me too. Try going through the cycle here one more time. No? Extract? Come on. Work. What if I pull the speed upgrades out of here temporarily and put them in here? Will that update it? It's receiving a redstone signal. Should be getting power. It's being finicky. I don't think I have any of the old style conduits either. Maybe, well, I hate to do it, but maybe if I break that real quick and replace it. It lost a bunch of pressure, but it's giving me problems again. Come on. I don't know what's up with it, guys. Sometimes it likes to work, sometimes it doesn't. Maybe if I just go about my business, and by the time I get ready to actually need it, it'll be working. We'll see. What did I do with the table? Did I put it? I did put it in here. Okay, good. Let's get this out and start programming some drones. So, first thing I gotta do, I wish I'd grabbed a second GPS module, but let's work with this one over here first. So if I come over here, and let me grab a piece of dust, because I don't really want to target the dust that's actually in the ground. And let's see, this is the right row. How far out here does it go this way? Right here. So there's one of the corners of the area. So we target that. So I've set that coordinates. And run back over here and get ready to program. Let's see which one. This is going to be this destructor first. Actually, they're going to be about the same. So if I put that in there and I import from the drone, it will remember that little bit of programming that I did earlier and pull that back up. So right click on that, open the GPS, go ahead and make sure when you back up out of this you hit escape or it will not save that GPS. So now next I want to go to the opposite corner of this dune that I want to basically destroy. Run over here to the opposite corner. And let's see, it comes out to about here and there. So now I'm gonna click that again, but this time I'm gonna like click up in the air, and I want to set the Y level up higher. I'm just gonna go up 10, and there we go. Now it's changed the coordinates. So now the Y level's up there in the air about 10. So it should pretty much target all this. It'll target all this dune as the area that it's going to be destroying. So run back over here to this. This is still not wanting to run, is it? That's annoying. What if I pick that up and try connecting this directly? We'll just try connecting this directly. Of course, I have to set the back to output. Will that work? Doesn't seem to want to work. What's it saying the problem is? It's saying it's not getting any energy. We might need to use a piece of regular energy conduit for this if it keeps giving me trouble here. So it was working a minute ago. Still saying it's not getting any energy, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know. That's troubling. Anyway, I'll get it fixed here in a minute after I actually program this guy. So we was looking at the dig area. GPS 1. Whoops. You know what I didn't do? I didn't give it the right coordinate. I put the wrong thing in there. So this is where I want it for GPS 1 on this. The other thing, the import from inventory that I just accidentally set the wrong thing to. I want to get the copper chest out, and that's going to go there temporarily. The copper chest here, which has the shovels in it, let me get this coordinate over here again real quick and finish the dig part of the program. The dig coordinates. There we go. Got that set. Run back over here, and this is the one I wanted to change. So this one's going to have, ooh, interesting. Something messed up there. But so now the GPS 1 and GPS 2 coordinates should be set. To verify that, I can show the area. If we go in here and right click and we click on show area, and I look over here, we can see that all that area that is got the little green dots on it, that's all going to be the area that it goes and digs up. Very good. So now this area right here for the import from inventory, I'm going to shift click on the chest in order to set the GPS. I'm going to go in here for GPS 1. That is actually going to click, get rid of that. Click that into there. Oh, I know why it's doing that. Let me fix that. Don't have your cleaver selected when you go into the there we go. Or there we go. There, it's fixed there. So, and GPS 2 is going to be the same coordinate. So hit escape, and if I click show area and then I quickly get out of there, open the chest and close it, you can see that there was a green, one of those green boxes in there to indicate that that was the only area there is. So, when I start these drones up, they're going to go first they're going to import from the chest, which is going to go and it's going to pick up a shovel. And then it's going to go dig out that area until it is basically there's nothing in it, in the area of effect over there. So that should be it. If I go ahead and export that to this drone, we should be good. So now the next thing I want to do is instead of importing from the other drone, I actually want to pull these two area things off and just quickly rewrite this, which is going to be pickup area, but it's going to be for this area. So I'll swap these around, and then it's going to export to an inventory. I want it to bring that stuff back and put it into the copper chest, and then I'll go ahead and pull it out of my inventory. So now if I go ahead and pull out the, where is he at? The collector drone, and go ahead and put him in there and program him. He's now ready to go. So I got two drones ready to go. Before I can actually get these guys totally ready to go, I need to actually get this functioning properly. So I'm going to just remove that, go back to the base again for a minute. Gosh, I wish I thought I had this tested and it worked, but it's being picky, I guess. So let's just get some altitude, get back to the base real quick. And plus there's something else that I want to do at the base, because I want to have the ability to send the, especially dust. I want to have the ability to send dust straight back to the base and have it go ahead and start processing it right away without having without having to hardly touch it again. So there we go. Come in for landing. Drop down here. Let's get the one piece of stuff I need so I don't forget it, which is some conduit. Gotta turn my NEI back on. I had it off because it kind of interferes with the programming sometimes, some of those interfaces. So conduit. We're gonna go ahead and make some. I'm just gonna make a basic piece of one thing of leadstone and go ahead and make a basic bit of hardened energy. We'll just carry around a little bit of hardened energy cells, just because there's occasionally times where you might want to have them, and this is one of those times, because the Ender IO conduit's given me a hard time out there. So one time that my favorite mod is playing against me. What? Oh, I remember what I had the sand for. Let me just throw this out here real quick. I need to get more nether quartz because I want to sharpen this blade and make it even more deadly. And that takes nether quartz. So the other thing oh yes, to clear my inventory from a distance. Let's see, I have some dust in my inventory, that's good. Let me get the rest of what I need, which is going to be, oh, it's already in my inventory, there we go. The item conduit. Now, oh, that's because I have this on. Let me put this back on right now. The player interface, something I read up on the wiki for Pneumaticraft. If you want to add upgrades to this, you pipe them into the top where the arrow's at. The sides, like north, south, east, and west, with all the ones that have the face on them, those are the sides that interact with your inventory and your item bar. So it doesn't really discriminate between your inventory and your item bar. So anything along the side, any piping connected to the side is going to act directly with, or is going to interact directly with your inventory and your item bar. I assume the items will end up in your item bar first before it looks in your inventory. So this would be like 1, 2, 3, and then 9, or wait, 10, or whatever. And then it would start up here with more numbers. So it's like 10, 11, 12, 13, and go across, for slot IDs if you're trying to program Steve's factory manager to look at a specific slot range. So if you wanted to make sure that you always had a certain amount of, say, torches on your bar or whatever. What I want to do though is I want to extract from my inventory dust. So whitelist extract dust. Go ahead and say, well, hold on here. before we do that, active with signal. We'll leave active with signal on for now because I'm going to be going down through here. It may, well, that's on extraction. That's fine. We come down to the bottom. There we go. Over this way, down and across. So you see where I'm going with this, I imagine. Whoops, that one didn't go where I wanted to. Oh, because there's glass there. Target it this way. There we go. I mean, the glass is so clear. Anyway, let's get this. Let's move these for a second. Now, none of these will extract. I can just leave them because they're all set to only being active with a signal. But it probably would be best to go ahead and remove the connection on some of these. Now that one right there, I can actually flip that one around to insert. There's nothing wrong with that. It won't do anything on that machine because that side of that machine is not it doesn't have an insertion point. So I really might as well go ahead and remove it. So this is now connected to the two things that are right over there. So what else I might want to do is go ahead and flip this. Actually, I want to change the settings on that so I can get it, there we go, to in out. So it will allow, let me double check, make sure this stays okay. So it will allow items in as well. So if it can't fit into those two autonomous activators down there, it will start filling up this chest instead with dust from my inventory. Let me grab this back out. I want to disconnect this from those two. Can I do here? So I'm going to switch it to only viewing item pipes, and now I can easily change the item pipes to there because I'm seeing through all the other pipes that are back there. There we go. Now they're not connected to anything but where they need to be connected to. Well, okay. This one still needs to be removed. Remove that connection. There we go. Now they're only connected to where they need to be. Good enough. Good enough. So drop this piece of dust back in there and fix the floor. And now it's all set to auto extract. All I have to do is change this to go ahead and say auto extract. And you see it immediately removes the dust out of my inventory. And it should have put it in over here somewhere. Oh, there it goes. See, it's starting to sift it out. Excellent. So yeah, now it will automatically pull dust out of my inventory and put it straight into the sifting system. So back down to the drone station. Get this stuff back on. So yeah, now not only do I have wireless water, I also have automatic removal of dust from my inventory. That may be that may be something I might not want all the time, so I can apply a redstone signal to the wall there and turn that off if I need to. So all I gotta do is go down there and throw a switch on that wall right in front of that connection, and I can turn that off. Yeah, the reason I'm standing in this tree is because I don't want to go out there in the middle of the night. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna sleep on the tree. Seems like a good place for a nap on top of a tree, and then head back out. Okay, so got my jetpack back on and my hang glider ready. Get some good altitude, and then zip across. Zip through the dusty desert. Almost there. Should be right there. It is. Okay. So hopefully this will solve this problem. Oh my gosh, no, it's not solving the problem. What is the problem here? Can we maybe do this? Maybe change this to be strong power? I don't know if this is going to make a difference. Didn't seem to. Instant signal. It's just having issues. I don't know what the issue is. This has plenty of power, yes. It's set to output power, no problem. Output from the top, yes. Let's just say the problem is there's no MJ input. Yeah, well, there certainly is input. I'm gonna try breaking this one more time. Come on. High redstone signal. Let me get... I've not had this much issue with it. Let's see, the one I have back at the base is connected to Ender IO conduit. I don't know why this one's wanting to be contrary. Okay, finally it decides to work. I don't... Oh, maybe I know what the problem was the whole time. Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what the problem was the whole time. I think. Down here, you see this is emitting a redstone signal. Let me go ahead and put this back in there, and I will be able to demonstrate what the whole problem was the whole time. It's kind of a silly mistake. So yeah, if I put that there, if we look in here, this has a redstone control too. We want to set that to ignored, and there it goes. So no problem with the Ender IO conduit or any of that other stuff. It's just a matter of the fact that while I was programming this, it ended up turning on a redstone signal that won't get turned off until it's reached a certain pressure. So no worries there. We can change this back to being a weak signal. It doesn't need to be strong, so that's fine. Now this should stop when it reaches 9 bars of pressure. Let's get our other drones out now. Let's start with the destructor. Well, actually, let's start with the collector drones. I want to start with the collector drones so that when I start putting the destructor drones online, there's already drones ready to go with the collection. So if I open this up, gotta make sure you have the pieces in your inventory. Open this up, and let's see, we got the collector. He's ready to go. This drone, write that program. This one, write the program. And then finally this one, write the program. I'm just going to put these guys on my bar for a moment, because since this thing has a ejector thing in it, upgrade, when I stand on here, it'll go ahead and start charging all these guys up. I'll get a little bit of pressure. The one collector guy, he's already had some pressure in him because I apparently used him at one point. So drop these guys down, and you see they immediately go over and start hovering over that because their pressure is kind of low. Now that one's pressure is actually, what is that? That's a collector. That's a collector guy. Don't want to use destructor. That guy, he's going to go for pressure, and that guy is going to go for pressure as well. They're going to kind of fight for territory right now, so not too big of a deal. But now they're ready to go. for whenever. This guy has got enough pressure that he doesn't mind just hanging out and waiting for something to do until his pressure gets a little lower. Okay, let me get this, open this up, and clear a little bit of inventory space. Well, I actually didn't need that, ended up not needing that. The spare dolly, let me get all the other drones out. Do I have enough space in my inventory? I do. Good. So these guys, let me get the destructor drone, which has that program already in it, and import it back in. It's going to save all the information, all the parameters that was in that drone, and put it back over here. So now I've got this program ready to go. For these guys, get these all programmed one at a time. Get them going. So this one, and when you hover over them, it shows you what program they have, what parts they already have in them programmed. So I can see which ones have the program, which ones don't. That's not going to work in the future because I'll have to be reprogramming different ones, and they'll already have their program pieces in there, and I'll just be changing these area coordinates and stuff. So it'll be a little bit more difficult. I'll probably in the future want to, as soon as I program one, throw it back down on the ground or whatever, so that it goes ahead, and so that I don't keep trying to reprogram the same ones over and over again. 12 of them, that gets a little confusing, especially when they don't have different names. The only one has a different name. Oh, where'd you come from? Good thing I looked up when I did. Okay, well, I think there's a few drones there. So if I put these guys on, they'll only charge the ones that are on your bar. Or will it? I don't know. Apparently it charges all of the drones in your entire inventory. Well, that's good to know. I thought I only did the ones at the bar, but apparently I am wrong. So yeah, if you're wearing a helmet, a pneumatic helmet, that would also get charged. And that's probably one of the things I'm going to want to put together soon too, is the pneumatic helmet. Those things are cool. So now these guys I can start letting them loose, and you can see they're picking up they're going over this, they're picking up their shovel, and then they're going to start destroying the dune over there. They don't really have enough pressure to do very much work, but they'll get a little bit of work done before they decide to come back. And then now that there's things being destroyed, you can see all the ones that are the collector drones are already starting to head over there. There we go. There goes the drone army. Let's go take a look at what they're doing. Let's go watch them a little bit. There's one already coming back for charging up. You can see they don't have enough power to do very much destruction, but let's see. Okay. But they are definitely busy. Busy little drone army. Zapping stuff. Awesome. So now they're all headed back to charge back up. Or drop off in their inventory, which is more likely they're all charging back up. So something I probably would have been a good idea to do is to make some more speed upgrades for this. Because with 12 drones, you can see it's drawing the power out of this real fast. So some more upgrades might be necessary to keep all 12 of these guys in power. Wow, they are just obliterating that. Look at them go. Look at them go. And the collectors are going around collecting stuff. If we look in the chest over here. And the steel shovels definitely make a difference in the speed at which they break these blocks. So, I mean, that is one of the reasons that they are breaking the blocks so fast, is because they are using the proper tool to do so. There goes the collector guys, are collecting stuff. Looks like any block that falls a little bit outside of the area, like this one, I don't think it's going to get picked up because it fell outside of the collection area. There goes the sun again. Time to sleep it off. What is that, 3 game days? No, well, I skipped all the nights, so. So okay, here they come back. Wow, that is just too cool. I can't wait to try these guys out on a building. Yeah, they're just destroying. Yeah, they for the most part they kind of tend to not attempt to target the same block. With this many of them though, there's going to be some overlap from time to time. That is awesome. Crazy awesome. You get back over here and see how much dust is in here. I already got 4 stacks. Now if I just go ahead and put it in my inventory, you can see it's going to go ahead and get sucked out of the inventory. That's interesting. It's gone from 2 different spots at the same time. There and there and there. Well, it'll go ahead and suck the inventory or suck the dust out of my inventory and put it into the automated system back at the base. While I take a better look at what's going on over here. They're just going to town. Too cool, guys. Too cool, guys. Well, this is probably about where I'm going to wrap it up. Drone Army. There they go. I know you guys. Some of you guys have been really waiting for this, and I've wanted to do it and been wanting to do it, but there it is. I got the Drone Army. A very, very basic program for these guys. And pretty much that's all they're going to do. I might do some more complex things with drones later, or maybe even in a different series. You know, there's some other packs that use pneumatic craft. But yeah, these guys are really awesome. There goes the collector bots. So yeah, definitely need to upgrade. Definitely need to upgrade these with some speed. This has the right amount of speed, probably, but this is going to need some serious speed upgrades. The compressor part, because, and I'm getting the occasional mob coming from over there. Interesting. Yeah, the compressor is going to need some speed upgrades in order to be able to keep the pressure in the system with that many drones, you know, pulling away from it. So, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Really had a lot of fun with these drones. They're just so fun to watch. And don't forget to, if you did like the video, don't forget to comment, leave a thumbs up. It helps me out quite a bit when you hit that like button. And yeah, if you didn't like the video, be sure and leave a comment about that too, because those comments help me out as well, you know, to improve. Let me know how you feel I could do better in the future. If you think I could do something better, go ahead and leave me a comment. Tell me, give me suggestions. I try to listen to the viewers and stuff. So anyway, it's time to wrap this up. So I will catch you later.